Ladies and gentlemen, we're here with Cody Candelario. The name of the game is called Match Mary Lou.
Hell yeah.
Me running.
Woo!
In four top, table 28. First course, 2 risotto.
3 minutes on the Rizzo, Cody.
Risotto hurt, thank you.
Hey, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast, the podcast with strong opinions about things that we may or may not know too much about in order to broaden perspectives. In today's episodes, Tuesday, Thursday, I think we're becoming the unofficial, official podcast of Hell's Kitchen.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know. But we have Cody Candelario. Ooh, did I say that right?
Finally, someone did. Yeah. What's good? What's good?
I'm
Hey,
gonna
I did.
ask your background for that, or the background of that last name in a little bit. But
Please, yeah.
Cody Candelario is with us, and he's one half of that very hot rumored couple. We don't know. We might find the truth
Right off
out
the bat.
tonight. We'll see what we find out tonight. But you know, hashtag Cody Lou is going around. But that's just a little bit of what we're going to talk about, and then we're gonna play a drinking game with Cody.
Hell yeah.
And we've only done this once before with an NHL hockey player. And if you watch that podcast, we've definitely went too hard, too fast. So we're gonna go too hard, too fast with Cody. So sit back, buckle up, let's go. Too hard, too fast.
All right.
Boom.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Too hard, too fast.
Welcome to Too Hard, Too Fast.
Welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast via the power of editing. I'm gonna hit this in the first try. Welcome back to. First try, perfect. Yeah.
First try.
Welcome back to Too Hard, Too. Yo, welcome back to Too Hard, Too Fast. This is Chef Cody Candelario. I just want to say that it's been an absolute fantastic time, and I have no closing statement.
The podcast of the century.
Hey, what's up with the outfit, dog?
Who, me or George?
You know who I'm talking to.
George, you talking about you, dude? How come you're not wearing a cowboy shirt? See, Cody's a cowboy fan, right?
Yeah, ride or die.
For
life.
What's up?
I think it's
Hey,
all about you, Worm. Come on with the
what are you
Halloween
wearing?
outfit.
Hey, off screen. Oh, Shay, don't point that at me, man. It's scary.
Shit's loaded.
Off screen, Cody seemed very controversial, bro. So tell us, dude, mask or no masks? What do you think?
Don't answer
Are
that.
you guys? I mean, are you 6 feet apart? What's the rules here?
Shoot. Just
You gotta cover yourself, Cody. He's
Feet
sneezing
apart.
all over the place.
Well, here's the thing. Now that the mask is off, can you put it back on for me?
Damn.
No, I'm playing. I'm
No,
playing.
you know what? You're a guest. I gotta accept your request. Hey, but if George sends you one, bro. Hey, if George sends you one, would you wear one?
Hell yeah, I would. No, I'm
Alright,
kidding. I'm kidding. Take it. Oh, is it sunglasses only? Hold on.
Oh, hell yeah.
Man, you know this guy's a chef. Look at his kitchen, all nice and neat,
know,
and
dude.
ingredients
You know
ready
what?
to go.
We need to ask him about everything he has in his kitchen, man. Dang, that's
There we
what's
go.
up.
Those are fancy.
Now you're not alone. Well, hey, what's up? Cheers, guys. Nice. Thanks for
Cheers,
having me.
hey, cheers, bro.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, shit, I missed the camera. Where is it? There we go. Bang.
Hey, bro, I'm glad you're
Boom.
drinking those Ekis, bro. I'm drinking a Sol right here, dude. Hecho en Mexico. Hell yeah, bro. That was George drinking, huh?
All right, so Cody, before we get into the thick of it, you're hitting the beer right now, but we are gonna get too hard too fast. And I bought a little special something. You've been on Hell's Kitchen. The first thing we do is talk about our drinks and rate them.
What do you got?
I got this right here. My favorite is Jim Beam, so I got myself a Devil's Cut.
Oh, cute. That's perfect for this.
Oh, dude. Didn't know the devil
Yeah.
was circumcised, bro.
That's the true meaning of the Devil's Cut. Snip, snip,
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
That was really funny. He's been waiting to tell that joke since he saw you buy that shit. I guarantee it.
Exactly.
He had it all morning. All morning when I set up that picture, I was like, hey man, this is what I'm taking on the show.
He's sitting there like just like with his fucking notepad, mom spaghetti, like Eminem, just like writing shit down.
Oh, speaking of notepad, I had questions. I don't even have them with me. All right, we're shooting from the hip with this one then. So Devil's Cut, you're on Hell's Kitchen. Only seems right. I'm a big fan of Jim Beam. But before I give my review, Cody, what are you bringing on the podcast to drink with us? Besides that Dos Equis.
I'm drinking a Dos Equis right here, and then I got myself some Madre Mezcal.
Nice.
Team fitting. I got a backup because you guys said there was a drinking game just in case. So I got about 1.5 so far.
All right. So we've rated the Dos Equis before.
Okay.
That Madre Mezcal, I've never heard of. Where is that from? And what does it taste like?
Here's the bottle. I guess I could bring it up for it. Where is this from?
Hey, should we all take a shot or what?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
All right.
I got my fancy little glass right here. If you haven't had this has been one of my favorites for a while. My chef friend from LA, her name's Sandy. She introduced it to me, and it's like my go-to. Hey, look at that branding brush. It's cute. Look at that. What's up?
That's hers, or is that just something she liked?
No, she just introduced it to me. All right, here we go.
Nice.
All right.
Hey,
that's not one of those. Well, that's not one of those kind of tequilas that makes or imitates an Austin tequila, is it?
I have no idea. No, I mean it's a mezcal, but I don't know. I'm just a fan of it.
I'm just talking mess because like Kendall Jenner or one of the Kardashians came out with 818 tequila, which really like rips off 512 tequila in Austin. And you know, we're here in Texas, so we gotta support Texas.
That's right.
Oh, that's funny. Okay. Oh, that makes sense. Your time frame. Okay. Well,
I'm just talking mess already.
Do we have one poured here? I'll make it. Cheers. May you be in heaven for 30 minutes before the devil realizes that you're dead.
Oh,
cheers.
Cheers.
Woo.
Woo.
Not bad at all.
All right, that's been my breakfast. I totally just remembered I haven't eaten all day.
Let's rate that tequila. We do 1.0 to 2, too hard, too fast, being the top score based on the alcohol content with the price, the way the branding, like you said, it's already cool enough.
Yeah.
And then would you buy it again? And obviously you have 2 bottles, so you would buy it again. What would you rate it?
I consistently buy it. I would say that it would be super high. I struggle to give it a perfect score, but it's really, really close. It's something that even like when it's like literally warm, it's incredibly palatable. I would say it's not something that like a lot of the stuff, or not a lot, but I would say like half of what's available out there really just has kind of like this gasoline-y kind of like when you breathe out, it's like, it's just like alcohol with no payoff.
Yeah.
This stuff, it's 45% too. It's a great ride through and through. Like from like drinking it like right after, like it's definitely one of my go-tos. 1.9.
1.9. Yeah, that is high. But you know what? 45% is more than usual. Tequila, more usually liquors are 40%. So I'll take it. And you have 2 of them. It's a fancy bottle. I have a bunch of these bottles, but yeah, these are the ones I got today. Can somebody in Texas get that bottle?
Oh, I don't know, actually. I want to say yes, but that's purely with belief. There's no science or evidence that I'm backing that with. It's really just me being like, yeah, for sure.
Why not?
Hey, this is the beauty
for it.
You're gonna hear this a lot throughout this podcast. This is too hard, too fast, and we don't check facts. So
check facts, man. So
that's good to know. That's good to know at the beginning of the interview. You know what I mean? I'm gonna lie for the rest of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the people in the comments will check all the facts. they'll call you out. But
That's
us
true.
two, we're not gonna bother Googling stuff.
No, there's two things in the world that are undefeated: the IRS and the comment section.
That's right. All right, Worm, what are you drinking?
Right now, I got some Sol. I think I've done a review about this one and stuff, right?
What'd you give it?
Shit, dude. We don't check facts here, man. I think I probably gave it probably a 1.75. I'm pretty
Dude,
sure.
that is
Okay.
high. For Sol,
Highly regarded. Okay.
I'm not even gonna start.
Or
that
maybe I gave
argument.
it 1.71. I don't know. I like Sol. I like Sol a lot. Shit. I mean, my favorite Mexican beer is Indio, though, but Sol's pretty good. I haven't had it in a while. And then this tequila, man. This tequila is pretty good. Don Eduardo. Shit.
So is that like Don Julio's like strange cousin or something?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's Homeboy Theo or some shit.
second cousin. Hey, second cousin.
That creepy Theo that's sitting at the far end of the party going, "Hey, bring me another beer."
That's him, dude. Pinche Eduardo. Shit. That's pretty good. I give that one. It's pretty smooth. Probably 1.7, 1.73.
I want confidence, bro. You know who you are. You know what
Hey,
you
you're
like,
right, bro.
Give me that shit. Give me a
1.73.
number.
You know what, bro? You're right. 1.73.
Let's
Hell yeah.
go.
What's
Waste
the
time
cost?
with that
What's the
shit,
cost?
man. Come on.
I'm debating, bro. I'm just debating in my head, but you're right.
Who you arguing with in there?
Myself, bro. Shit, I talk to
Damn.
myself all the time.
Worm has a lot of internal struggles. Tell me what the
I have
cost
a lot of
is.
voices talking to me, man.
Hey, don't we all, right? Don't we all?
Yeah, it's
Oh my
true.
god. Worm, I need you to tell me, does Don Eduardo cost as much as Don Julio?
Fuck, dude, I don't remember.
God damn it.
Yes, it does actually.
All right.
You know what?
Well, that's an important
confidence.
Hey, what
You
do you
check
do?
facts?
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
it does.
hold on. You're breaking your own rules here. He's trying to ask you prices, trying to check facts and shit like that.
No. Well, no, here's the thing. Here's the beauty. Here's the thing. It's like you can buy a really good liquor that tastes really good or a really good beer, but then it's like really expensive and low on the alcohol percent.
Alcohol, yeah.
And here at Too Hard Too Fast, we don't play that game. We want it to be too hard too fast.
Then hold on. Then here's what you do. You get all the nice shit that you like, that you think is really flavorful or whatever, and then you just get a gallon of fucking tequila, and then you just fucking, go back and forth. You can just, balance it that way.
Hey,
Well,
good idea.
well, I don't know. I
What's
didn't
up?
understand that. I don't understand that concept. I thought you were gonna say.
If you
throw
don't
it in
understand
do
that,
like
then
a
you won't
jungle
understand
juice kind of
crypto,
thing.
bro. You see,
Like a
Cody,
trash
this is what I
can
have to
punch.
deal with, bro. This is what I have to deal with. Shit.
Hey, fuck your crypto.
All right, tell us about your devil, your circumcised devil and shit.
All right. So Hell's Kitchen, Devil's Cut. Here we are. Jim Beam. Jim Beam is one of my favorite bourbon whiskeys. I think I gave the Jim Beam
cut.
a 1.68 regular Jim Beam. And I've given other whiskey bourbons way higher than that. This is the first time I've ever had the Devil's Cut. And I'm definitely going to go 1.69. I really want to go to the 7, but it's pricey.
Damn.
The only bad thing
No, because
You
it's
pulled a
devil.
1 point Takashi, bro?
is that, oh, no. Yeah. It's a little pricey. That's the only bad thing. For a 750 ml, I could have bought the handle of the regular Jim Beam.
Oh, shit. So it's like $45?
No, the regular, it's $21. So I paid $21 for this. I could have bought the handle for $21 of the regular Jim Beam. So
You guys are so cute together. You're right with my mom and dad.
Oh, thank you, bro.
They're divorced.
We've been together for a long time, man. Can you believe more than 10 years? Can you believe that?
Oh,
that's most in most marriages.
Yeah. Shit.
yeah. No, my parents are divorced. That was the joke.
Wow.
Oh. Can I
Dang.
laugh?
Good,
No wonder you didn't.
Ah!
Well, I didn't mean to make a joke in that sense. Dang, I feel bad.
Oh
now.
no, I did though. That was the whole point.
Oh, dang. Okay, then.
Yeah, Cody
Hey,
did the
you know
joke,
what?
bro.
At least you got 2 Christmases.
Maybe. Did you?
No, never.
Oh, well then, cheers to what we should have gotten.
Hey, cheers. Hey, you know what? To Cody and Hell's Kitchen and shit.
I
All
love
right,
that, especially the
The
in shit part. I want to know what that part is.
the reviews
It's whatever
are done.
shit you want shit to be, bro. Hey, I want to hear more about Cody, bro. Let's get into it, man.
I know we've already gone too hard too fast. And
What do you want to
Cody,
know?
do you understand like how much the craze is around you right now? Not just because of Hell's Kitchen, but also compared to Mary Lou. Like you guys,
Oh, like-
okay. I don't know. Like we're not even talking about like the rumor stuff that you guys might be dating or something. Just how crazy things are right now with you guys.
Yeah, so I did some analytics on my side, just trying to search, because I'm a huge nerd with just like trying to figure out how stuff works, and since this, just like starting to study analytics of my own page, and then trying to keep up with stuff like that my manager turned me on to. I started to look at Cody Lou, and I started to look at like those terms in searches, whether it was on Twitter or Reddit or just Google or Instagram and stuff like that. And then I
you
started-
were
I went
brave
down the
enough to
rabbit
go
hole.
on Reddit.
Oh, I love Reddit. I don't give up. Yeah, I'm not afraid of anything negative that I'll find. You know what I mean? People, I'm the same person everywhere I go. I've been dealing, nothing about this response is new. You know what I mean? But anyways, so I'm searching all this stuff, and then I start like getting adventurous. I'm like, I'm gonna look through the other seasons and see what was searched for those seasons. Cody Lou and like the situation with Mary Lou and I on the show, it's the most asked question in Hell's Kitchen history, like easily too. So am I aware of it? Hell yeah, I'm aware of it. It's like almost like it's like hard not to. I'm a part of a study almost. You know what I mean?
Wow. Hey, bro, since you were saying you were studying analytics and stuff, like, do you have numbers on the top of your mind stuff that you could spit out, descriptive stats or whatever? How many?
Oh
searches?
yeah, there's some funny stats that like have evolved. So like before Hell's Kitchen, it was like my analytics for gender. I had like 55% dudes following me, and then since Hell's Kitchen started, it's a landslide 70%, literally like 70.1% women follow me now, as opposed to the 50 like a little over 50% of like dudes that followed me before. So it's like
Wow,
completely fucking shifted.
What? So going behind the analytic, what do you think the reason for that is? It's crazy. Keep in mind, we don't check facts here, man. So
No, I think it's probably just because like most of my exposure and stuff like that, it happens like on the ground. It happens like at like events and stuff like that where I'm at and stuff. So it's like I feel like that's easy to be kind of more of a split thing. But then when you put me on TV and it's edited and there's like cameras and shit like that, and I'm doing what I do, it's like makes sense that there's a bunch of like more female skewed kind of stuff. People think I'm pretty. Well, and I'm just fucking rambunctious too. You know what I mean? People are like, and I've been, like I said, I've been hearing this for years. I'm the same person everywhere I go. Like it's so funny to see all the people that are like, I hated you when I first saw you, but now I love you. And it's like, that's why people end up liking me, because most of them start off by not liking me first.
You know what? God, I was gonna save this for like later on, but dude, I hated you on the first episode.
Yeah, there we go.
100%. I was like, this kid needs to be gone. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh no, he knows what he's doing.
You're like, look at this cocky piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But you know what?
Hey, but like you say, you gotta have the confidence, bro.
The thing is, I don't know you. I still don't know you. We're barely getting to know each other. And we're gonna build a beautiful relationship together.
Yeah.
But
I think it's already beautiful.
I know we're already like kind of like sexy texting.
Yeah. Cody, do you
Before.
mind every 20 minutes just unbutton one button every 20 minutes?
Yeah, every time we take a shot.
Every time okay, we can do that too.
The warmer it gets.
Hey, shot time then.
It's every time I open one button, there's just another shirt underneath it at that same level of button. That's you, motherfucker. You think you're gonna get me?
Yeah. I tried.
Not today.
Well, hey, piggybacking off of what you just said, I think that a lot of people are like, oh, it's so like cockiness to me is blind, confidence is direction, and especially in a competition and stuff like that. Why wouldn't I go there and assume I was going to win? Like I'm going to go there and plan on winning. Winning is a fucking mindset, and it's just like that's always how I compete. That's how I approach any sort of obstacle. Is like, hella people will approach shit like that and be like, damn, like what if I lose? But I'm always like, my option that I always give myself is like, what if you did? You know what I mean? And then it grows from there. So that's me in the beginning. Before you find out that I actually care about shit and I actually like know a couple things, everyone's just always like, look at this piece of shit right here. Like this, how the hell did this guy make it this far? Like, oh, I know why he got cast, because he's an asshole. Yeah, they're just gonna keep him around. He's probably gone this episode, and then you're like, well then.
Yeah, that's better.
Well, fair enough. And you know what? I really didn't want to say that right now. Like I wanted to save it to like we got to like closer. We did like more craziness. And then at the end, I'm like, you know what, Cody, I love you now, but before it's like I hated you. But those are strong words. And I shouldn't have said I hated you, but you triggered something in me while watching it. And
He just thought you were an asshole. That's what he thought.
But
though.
no, I mean, I think anybody will tell you the same thing about me. It was like, people hate me for different reasons, and I get it.
I fucking hate him.
Yeah. I don't have friends. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm his only friend.
But the thing was, like you said,
We're all friends.
eventually
He has two friends
we got to see that you actually know your stuff. You eventually cared about your teammates. You weren't afraid to like talk shit to your teammates. Like, hey, if you're messing up, I'm gonna tell you that you're messing up and what you need to be better. Because at the same time, like you said, it's a competition, and I don't want to go home.
I've never not finished a service. Tonight was an absolute epic failure.
So I get that part. But you kind of humbled yourself. And yes, you messed up a couple of times and you owned it. And maybe that helped.
It was embarrassing. The worst service of my entire career, by far.
Did that help? Like messing up and realizing like, oh, I need to be better for my own perspective?
So for me, I consider myself a competitor, and I approach competitions in that way. I think it's a really smart way to do it because it's a completely different muscle. It's like being a rapper and thinking that you can do battle rap. Like it's like two different things, two different writing structures. And like with that, like when I get into a competition, like, and I'm starting to think in, that moment, it's not like this is a classroom for me. It's a test. I get to take my years of experience and I want to put it in front of someone. That's why I did the show, in front of someone that's, I think is a good judge who I look up to, and get an honest rating. I'm not going into it ever, from a point of like, this is where I'm going to learn. It's literally a test. So like, if you see me get, the shows, there's nothing about the show that's fake, but it isn't, it's edited, so I think that I'm pinpointed in certain spots when people want, when people want the showy parts of me to show, but I never changed on that show. Like you'll see me consistently take criticism. You'll see me consistently adapt to challenges with a smile on my face, and you like really won't ever hear me complain about shit. You'll hear me be real with people. Like you'll hear me like get in people's face if I like really think that they're lying or that they're not being honest with themselves or something like that. But largely, it's like that's me just. Now I was fluid the whole time. That was
what was your pet peeve from people on the show?
Honesty is big for me. I'm a super loyal person. It's like I'll have people's back. I give people the benefit of the doubt, but it's like, there's a few thin lines. But I'm vocal about it. It's not just like you're shunned, you know what I mean? So you see me interacting with people negatively always for the same reason ever. And especially if I ever lose my temper, I think that as I consider myself just a leader in general, by accident. And I think that if you ever get to the point where you have to get aggressive or raise your voice or lose your temper, then you failed as a leader. There's something you could have done along the way. Blah, blah, blah. So I did lose my temper a few times on the show, but it's always for the same shit. I hate it when people aren't honest, when they're not honest with themselves and they're not honest with the people around them. You always see it in competitions. Restaurant chefs who are great go into a competition. They think they are going to nail it because they do something on a regular basis, but competitions are so much different. It's a different muscle, like I said earlier. And people go in it, they fuck up. And the first thing that a lot of people do is they're like, there's no way that I fucked this up because I can do this outside of this. So whose fault is it outside of me? That's when I snap. So that's my pet peeve.
I respect that, and I did see that a couple of times. And without naming the chef, when I asked that question, I was thinking of one person. And you really got onto this one teammate. Like you almost put yourself in a bad light to where you're so angry with this one person.
Oh, when I put myself up for elimination?
I don't know if it was at that moment, but you were.
Well, there was
angry
a
with
few
the
times. I know who you're talking about, and we're totally cool. Like, you know, I treat competitions like a boxing match. You know what I mean? Because like competitions mean a lot to me. I'm gonna do them until I can't. You know what I mean? Like physically can't anymore. I love that stuff. It's the center of my universe. But anyways, I want to go up against the best, and I want the best out of them. But I'm gonna say some shit. Like if you aren't honest, I'm gonna tell you like from the jump, like you can't beat me. Like I don't care what you do outside of this. It's a competition, and I'm gonna dog walk you around the block, like that kind of stuff. But afterwards, whatever we say, I want to shake hands. You know what I mean? Like I want to find out who you are. Like, you know, my ecosystem and what that means to me is so much bigger than my ego could ever be. And yeah, just like connecting with people is like that's, you know, Mark is my homie still. Like he's been hitting me up for how long? We've been meaning to do some stuff, but like I've just been busy trying to start this YouTube channel. You know what I mean? It's kicking my ass,
hey, let's get into that topic.
Talk about
But
the YouTube.
you threw his name out there. So
he's a homie.
okay, cool. I just didn't want to throw any disrespect. That's not what we're about.
No,
We're
it's
not about making
facts are
anybody
facts. You know
look
what I
bad.
mean? Like me and him fought. We fought multiple times. We fought to the point where it's like I felt it necessary to like, you know, like put myself up for elimination to like really make it a point. And I did. And you know, that went how that went. And like we're chill now. It's totally fine. You know, he's a gangster. He runs his shit. I do my thing. Like, you know, there's no hard feelings around it. So like it's funny because in the show, if you're talking about like what it meant in the show, that shit was real. We had words that were real. I don't raise my voice for no reason ever. And you know, I said way more than was on camera. But no, afterwards it was one of those things where sure we took like, you know, like a little bit of time to process the show, but we came back, we talked about it, chilling.
Fair enough. Because man, I think maybe it's all even I was seeing myself through all of you guys. Like if I was in this situation, and I think this is why I like reality TV in a sense where, you know, like we said, it's edited.
Yeah.
But I do love reality TV, but not like certain stuff. I like competition. So like I watch The Real World and I watch the MTV Challenge. This is the first time I told Mary Lou, this is the first time I've ever watched a Hell's Kitchen competition. But it's because I think the people they brought on were really good.
Yeah, they made it a point actually.
Yeah,
I remember when I was getting when I was going through the process for that, I made a comment about how like, yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff with past seasons. You have a lot of gangsters throughout the seasons. We don't have one consistent season where it was a lot of gangsters. And I used a lot more, you know, proper verbiage, you know, talking to, you know, people like that. Very. But,
what is the proper term for a gangster?
No, just the proper type of talk that you have to talk to casting producers and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that. It's just like, you know, like, you know, I'm not saying the term gangster, you know, I mean like formidable opponents and culinary skill and you know, and food prowess and shit bullshit like that.
But they claim their territory.
Yeah, no. But I remember they were like, no, it's different. Without giving like too much away, they basically said that, you know, they got some requests basically overall to kind of just turn the heat up. And so they were like, we did that for this season. I was like, Good. I want a challenge.
So you're saying you went in there and said, "Look, I'm not saying I'm a gangster, but if there's a knife really close to me and that guy's talking mess, I might stab his ass." But I'm not
No,
saying
I'll
I'm
tell
a
you-
gangster. I'm not a gangster.
I'll just shank his
You know,
ass.
in terms of how dude, I forgot you were here, bro. What have you been doing this whole time? Okay, man.
Boom!
I lost my train of thought. I forgot what I was about to
Good.
tangent about right there. Homeboy just came out of nowhere. I was about to be like, "Where'd that beanie wearing motherfucker go?" Like,
Wait.
Hey, where's your beanie, bro? Where's your beanie? Shit.
I don't wear beanies. I don't even own. I have 30 hats within.
I
feet
take
of
mine
me,
out,
but,
bro.
like,
But I've never done that. And I haven't had a haircut. But-
I've been cutting my hair the entire pandemic, bro. What the fuck? I'm fine. Come on.
Dang, you cut your own hair.
No, I got it cut recently, actually, for the first time. But you know, it's like I have been cutting my hair throughout the entire pandemic, and some of them were trash, but some of them were solid. I have to say.
Hey, I let my wife cut my hair through the pandemic.
Shit.
So, and then sometimes I still go, "Hey, should I wear a cap or just
Yo,
go
hey, and you look good. Is she listening right now? Is she
I know,
listening?
right?
No, I'm kidding.
on?" No, just trying.
Hey, you look great.
Really, you look really good, bro.
Oh,
You look
Ben
really
does a
good.
great job.
I'm playing.
It's okay. She doesn't listen to any of this podcast. She thinks I'm a failure.
That's what you want out of a wife. You know what I mean?
I'm kidding.
It's
She's a fan.
real destitute, real definitive failure. That's it. That's all they expect.
No, I think it's the worst. She actually listens and then comments directly to my phone. This is where you could have done better.
That's positive reinforcement, though. I mean,
I love
in
it.
part,
I'll take it.
Oh.
I cleaned
Constructive
up-
criticism. That's
I
it.
cleaned up my background a little bit just because she said it's like really trashy, and I still have more to go. I won't get rid of this. This is my son's drawings, so those are there
that's
forever.
cute as hell.
Yeah,
All you need is a light. Just get a
I
colored
do.
light. Just get a colored light, and you just need to dim the rest of it and put it in a corner, so it comes out of a corner. So then you like bottom left corner from where we are now. So then it highlights those pictures in the top right,
Dang.
and good to go. You should be bright, but your background should. Lighting's a
I
bitch.
do. I know, and I've tried it, but I feel like I'm so close to like the background. Actually, like I need to like move.
Sounds like an
forward a
excuse to
little.
me, baby.
That's a just yeah. It is. Hey, cheers.
Hey, Cody, he's always in denial, bro. He's always in denial. So, hey, cheers again.
Cheers. Cheers to that guy who doesn't talk.
Yeah,
Hey,
Worm.
let's go back to you chanking a guy or some shit like that. You something about being gangster.
Oh, yeah, because Worm, ask a question, please.
I already did. Let's. What were you saying? There you go. That's a question.
I've never said that I've shanked someone. I've never said that on television.
and George, cut that out. In my research, I realized that you were in actually one of my other favorite shows. That's not a real. Maybe it's considered reality TV.
Damn, you found my OnlyFans?
Yeah. So
Fuck! I knew it was gonna get out eventually.
I want to say that I watched you on Cutthroat Kitchen, and I did not know you were on there when I watched Hell's Kitchen. And I know
Oh,
that's
word.
competing networks, and I don't know if you're allowed to compete.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, it was also hella long ago. I filmed that 8 years ago. So yeah, no, we're near and clear from that. I love that show. What did you think of it?
I thought it was funny. Like I think it was funny because the way you were on there was not the way you were on Hell's Kitchen. You were, to me, and I'm no offense if this goes the wrong way, but
No, please go for it.
on there you almost seem like a little timid, but also confident. Like if that you like
Really?
a
That's so
balance,
funny.
like you're definitely walking the line. And I think you also got very lucky that you weren't getting sabotaged. For the
That was
mo-
all
for the-
strategy.
How the fuck do you do strategy
Strategy?
when other
Oh,
people
dude,
are
no,
just
no,
like,
no.
"Cool."
Here's the thing. You're not wrong, but you're wrong at the same time, in my opinion. Because it's like back then, you're talking 20-year-old me. It came out when I was 21.
How old are you now?
I'm 28.
Okay.
That was when I was still transitioning into the confident me. So like I left home when I was 17. When I was a young kid, I was a super mama's boy. I didn't want to do anything. I was afraid to do everything. I was terrible at sports. I was terrible at everything. And when I left home, I just like had to change, and I grew into someone that I wanted to be. But even when I was 20 and I got scouted for the show, I was like, I knew I was going to win. I knew I was going to go there and crush. And like, that was exactly nobody could convince me otherwise, but I knew there was part of me that didn't believe it. So it's funny because there was an over exuberance of confidence in me when I did that show, but it wasn't 100% real. It was like, still, I was like trying to grow into the person that I wanted to be. Whereas in Hell's Kitchen, I'm hella that person now. Like I'm absolutely that person, but that was me. Like, and they really sugarcoat a lot of the stuff that happened around it. I crushed that shit. It was a walk in the park. And ask me how you mentioned earlier, how can you have strategy on that? Because I watched the show and I was like, when the basis of the show, for anybody who hasn't seen it, it's a 3-round, 4-person elimination, 1 person per round, 1 person wins, 30-minute episode. And it's based on sabotages, and everybody starts off with some money, but you only go home with money if you win, and you can buy these sabotages. So how you introduce strategy to it, which I have strategies for everything, it's just how my brain works,
Nice.
is the first time they introduce a sabotage, stay silent. The first person that bids on it, whoever bids against them, they're immediately going to fight with each other. So all you need to do is wait until someone bids against them, and they're immediately going to feel like the feud. So they're going to give it to that person. First round, you're clear. Let them fight it out. And throughout the first round, you just notice who's the problem. The second round, you come out swinging, and you either shake the fucking leaves of who you want to beat in the finale, or try to get someone out, which is exactly what I did. And you just kind of try to make sure like you line up the person that you want to compete with. And I wanted to compete against Homegirl because she was better than Homeboy. So I absolutely crushed him. And yeah, so that's how you put strategy to something like that.
Nice.
Oh man, you did definitely.
I
That's
love that
exactly what
show.
you did. That is crazy that you just literally walked us through that episode, because that's exactly what you did when you gave her that the what's it called, the
Upside down walk, yeah.
yes. I was like, I didn't think she was gonna come back from that.
No, she did way, but well, that's what was my thing too. And
It's
I
so
learned-
edited too, right?
well, yeah, and it's like I've heard from people in the industry like of them, and I've wanted to reach out since, but they have me blocked on stuff, and I was like, damn, that's hella funny.
Damn.
But I've heard from people like, oh, you like that guy? I competed against that guy. He's an asshole, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I just like it's a competition. Don't take it personally.
Well, it's because I think they made you look bad at the end. Like you kind of like you won.
Oh, with
And
the
then
hug?
girl, yeah. Like you went for the hug, and she was gonna give you. You're like, no, I'm just kidding. But then you were gonna go back and like, I'm just kidding.
Well, she
Like,
was
hug-
being mean to me. I'm not mean to people, and less heavily provoked, and a lot less back then. I was a bit more free with it. You have to really rile me up for me to try to be mean. Outside of that, I only roast people that I really care about. You know what I mean? Like I'll roast y'all because I feel like I know you. You know what I mean? But yeah, she was being
that what you've been roasting
hella mean
for?
to me. Huh? Where the fuck have you been? Don't just come out of nowhere, bro. Like,
I think he's sitting there watching the speaker thing. So every now and then, like when you do say something, Worm, it's like, oh shit, Worm's still here. Are you watching 3 of us, or just like one video at a time?
Oh, whoever's speaking, I guess, is who pops up.
he's
there.
he's in speaker view. You can change it to grid view, but
Oh no, we got it on speaker, but on your phone,
Yeah, your phone.
you gotta change it on your own. And
I have it on speaker view. No, I'm good this way. Fuck that guy.
That means you care, right?
Yeah. Hey,
There you go.
got it.
no, but
yeah.
like,
I love that show. It was great. Alton Brown's a huge hero of mine. He's who made me fascinated with cooking when I was younger.
dude, I love Alton Brown. they did you ugly. I was like, they did make you look like the asshole.
Oh, and what they did a fucking show after too is when I made it rain too. I took all my money and I just fucking went like, and they were like, no, don't do it. And I was like, oh, bitch. And then I laid down on the ground in the money and I did a snow angel.
That's
why wouldn't they like that?
Because I don't know. I don't want to talk. TV production is super hard. I would say that it's one of the only jobs where I've seen where they understand eye to eye what jobs in kitchens are like. So, you know, when I was younger, I'd probably throw shade and be like, oh, they're just fucking mad. No, it's like, it's a really hard job. So it's like, you know, they didn't, but if you go on to the Food Network and you go to the Cut Their Kitchen thing, they have these episodes for each one of them where they go through the sabotages and they have the judge sit down and they tell them what sabotages people had. And they show that clip at the end of me doing the snow angel and the money for a second.
And so in the end, Chef Cody walks out a winner.
Yeah, but yeah, they didn't air it on TV, which I was like, no, that was perfect.
George, put that on right here.
It's gold. It's gold.
Cody, you are originally from California?
Wait, yes, sir.
From Cali?
Yes, sir. Yeah, do you guys have, how many beers have you drank so far? Where are we at?
Oh, shit. I'm at like 5. You know what? Hey, I'm going to change it up. Is that all right?
Please. What are you drinking now?
American right here. Samuel Adams. Summer.
Samuel Jackson. Yeah, perfect.
Samuel. You know Dave?
That is funny. Oh, when we first started the podcast, we were talking about the beers that we drink, and he brings the Sam Adams all the time. But he used to have a huge problem with calling it Sam. What is it?
I was keep in mind. I went to R Too Fast. I was one time. I called it a Adam Sandler, bro.
Adam Sandler. It was like, I got this Adam Sandler.
Dude, I was at a fancy restaurant. I'm like, hey, you guys got any Adam Sandlers? And they had no idea what the hell I was talking about.
Right.
Dude, if I was a bartender, I totally would have fucking
not a
done
lot.
that. Are we doing this again? All right.
Hey, let's do another shot then. Hey,
Oh,
you
I
gotta take
just
off
did
the
it by
button, right?
myself. All right, I'll do another one. Ooh, that it has a kick.
Pardon me. But it's not enough. Damn it. Don't let this little glass fool you. This is a sleeper. Also, how gangster is this little fucking thing?
Fucking
It's
gangster.
got a little,
cool. I
it's
mean,
got a little gold tip on that muff.
It's all about depth.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
this is
definitely.
an old school
I haven't.
gangster right here, bro.
I've been trying to be a healthy boy since I got back from Vegas, and I have not been drinking. But I made the excuse for y'all. So here, cheers.
There you go. Hey,
Cheers.
viva Cody.
Viva Cody, Candelaria.
Oh yeah, viva me, motherfucker.
Hey, bro, doesn't this
Speaking
look
of
like?
which-
That's cute.
That's playing.
I
That's
think-
my deal, bro. This is my deal.
I think Cody has a little bit of like a Elton John vibe going on right now with that.
Yeah.
The glasses,
With the pink,
the
with the
purple,
pink
the
shit,
color.
yeah.
I love it, dude. I love it. I'm an Elton John fan, so
Have you guys seen the movie? What does it get? Rocket Man.
we've all seen the movie. Come on,
All right,
what are
let's
we?
talk about it then.
I'm
I
just
haven't
kidding.
seen the movie, so if you talk about it, it's hands.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert.
No, I'm kidding. It's not like anything in the movie is a spoiler.
Oh, he goes to AA. That's how it ends. Nah, I'm just playing. I think so. I don't remember.
Ooh.
Cody,
Cody, I did want to ask you about your. Sorry.
No, you're good. I don't know if this is worth even putting into a podcast or if this is too controversial, but
Bring it in, bro. The more controversial, the better, bro.
I'll cut it out if I don't like it.
Might edit out, but it's all good.
You're fucking. He might. Well, so I was an addict, man, and like this is something that I'm like pretty open with on podcasts because like when I was younger, when I left home, like I wasn't doing good things. I was doing a lot of shit just to get by. Like I was breaking into cars and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like I was selling drugs. Like I was doing all sorts of bad sorts of things. I mean, bad societally, bad, illegal, blah, blah. Fuck! What? Oh, I had a good point. Damn it.
We're gonna have to cut this podcast out already.
Report your ass.
Oh my.
AA. There we go.
AA.
So I've been an addict, and I've like experienced like how long those effects last even afterwards. You know what I mean? And the one thing I've always had a problem with AA is how they make you say I am an addict. And I think my thing like in life is that people are so much more powerful than they give credit. Like humans are fucking crazy. We're capable of anything. You know, one of the questions I always love asking people, you know, like one of the interview shows that I'm working on right now is like, what almost made you give up and what made you keep going? Because like when people look at me, they're like, you're so talented, you're so gifted, you found what you love. And I'm like, no, I just didn't give up. I like did something, I didn't give up at it. And I almost did it hella times. And it's the same shit with like drugs and alcohol or anything in that category that people can get addicted to. AA always makes people start off with saying, and I'm an addict. And I'm like, yo, give people the option of saying I was, you know, give people the power to be like, I one day won't be, you know what I mean? Don't help people label themselves and like have your brain just be hearing that as like, what's a fact? Cause that's not helpful. So anyways, I always hear that whenever I hear AA, it always like sends this trigger in me. Cause I'm like, nah, fuck that shit. Give people the option. Make sure that people know that they're strong enough to not be whatever they are if they want to be.
Dang.
So
Time.
when you say
No, that's good stuff.
I like this because you know what, this podcast really is. It's fun and we talk mess, but we also want to like help people with like whatever they're going through, whether it's just pure entertainment or like a new information, whether they agree with it or not, just like watching somebody else's or listening to somebody else's perspective. So when you say
Yeah.
you're an addict, like or were an addict, I don't know what kind of addict do you say that you were or dealing with right now?
So I would say that you know, man's biggest evil is just knowing that they can do something. And that happens by doing something. What was that? Was that a dog?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
Worm has a dinosaur. And
I love dogs. Was it a dog? Fuck!
Here you go, bro. Boom. See this?
Oh, what's up,
Beautiful.
dog? Oh,
And
that's
it's
way
up to the head
bigger than
coach
I thought
of
you were gonna be. I thought you were gonna be a little bitch. That's a whole ass dog.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Hey, his mom's a
what?
bitch, bro. Careful on your wording, all right? You find
Yo, is that a wolf?
half husky, half German, bro.
Beautiful.
I tried getting a Mexican shepherd, but no tenía papeles, bro. It's all good.
Oh, that's the funniest joke. I have a joke. What do they call German shepherds in Germany?
Yeah.
Shepherds.
Shepherds.
I knew the joke and I still laughed.
Yeah. Shit, what were we talking about? Oh.
Just the attic. But you know what?
Hey,
I'm glad that you brought this up, and I didn't
Sorry he
explain to
interrupted.
you about the podcast. Like yeah, we were talking about like it's gonna be fun and talking about Hell's Kitchen and all that. But we've had on the podcast, we've actually had people that sobered up, people that had a drug addiction and came out of it, with a sex addiction. We've had that on there. So we talk about everything, man. So you opening up about this, I appreciate them. I think the people that are going to get the most help is your friends. There's a lot of fans that listen to us because of you, because of Hell's Kitchen, because of Mary Lou, because you guys are coming on the podcast and talking about your life. And so the more open you are about it, the more they feel like, I can be behind this person that is trying to be a better person. And when you texted me, I'm like, I'm trying to realign stuff. We're all trying to realign stuff. And I agree with you. Like,
yeah, I think that a lot of that stuff is like I said, like, a big burden is knowing that you can do something. And that's a great example with anything that gives you great endorphins or release or anything like that, whether it be drugs, alcohol, or anything, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm terrible. I'm not very I don't have a lot of self-control, but I have a lot of self-reliance. So it's like, I know that I can be bad with stuff. So I force myself to not be around it or limit it. You know what I mean? And it's not like, you know, that's control to me. That's like, and I don't think that's difficult. It's not. And when I say that, people always get this trigger because what people don't like, especially like when I was younger, like what people hate that struggle with stuff, what they hate hearing is like when, yes, there's a dog. What people hate hearing when they go through stuff is when people are like, I understand, because people are like, they want to feel special. They want to make sure that they feel heard and stuff like that. I always try to remind people, it's like, damn it, I lost it again.
It's okay. It's what we do with the podcast. I'll edit around it.
Oh, I know. No, I'm so tangential too.
Wait, whoa, that's a new term I've never heard of.
Yeah, let's say like a tangent. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you
go on a tangent, and okay, it almost sounded like you were gender assuming.
That's a new one. That's that new 2021 one.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Cody.
All right, Cody.
I forget, what was I talking about? I totally fucking lost it.
You were talking about your being an addict. People trying to assume they know what you mean when you say this is what I feel.
Yeah. Oh, because I said that it's not hard to break habits. What I mean by that, you know, and that's exactly, thank you. It's not hard to break habits. When I say that, like, you know, like being an addict or anything like that in life, like it's not hard to break those kinds of habits. And I always get like these immediate responses from people where I can generally look them eye to eye and be like, I know what I think I know what you're going through. And if not, I've been adjacent or close, but regardless, like I've struggled and I know that I've beaten a lot of things, whether it's anxiety, depression, or blah, blah, blah. And people hate hearing that, like, when I say that it's easy, it's not hard, because it makes them feel like their struggles aren't special. And that's never what I'm saying. I'm just always trying to give the option of like, but what if you could beat it, kind of a thing. And when I say that it's not hard work, it's because I understand it's not hard. It's because I understand what hard work is. And hard work to me isn't hard, categorically. And I don't know if that makes any sense, but like when you learn what hard work is, it's just autopilot. And you get like, you know, it's an easy thing to push after a while once you get that mechanics in. And once you learn how to work hard once, it's super easy to apply that to anything else you do, whether it's cleaning your house, you know what I mean, or your job or relationships or things like that. And so when I say like things like that aren't hard, it's not because they don't take hard work. It's because it's just, if you want to do it, you can. Like, and just like, it's simple as that to me.
I will agree to a certain point. Hard work is hard work to me, but I think everybody deals with it in a different way. So they might not deal with it in the way like you say, like, you know, you're just gonna put in the work.
Yeah,
I think they might have to deal with other stuff, like maybe, you know, I have a kid that's like also relying on my attention. So even though I want to better myself, this kid needs this kind of attention. So I can't better myself, but I'm gonna better this kid, my son, my whatever. And that's not diminishing what you're saying. Like, you have a good point, but also when it comes down to like how you deal with stuff, like I think you fortunately have a good mindset of saying like, oh, I know what I have to do and I'm gonna do it, whether it's gonna kick my ass or not. I'm gonna hurt. Like, you're gonna hurt, you're gonna deal with stuff, and nobody should take that away from you either. Like, nobody can say, oh, come on, Cody's been on 2 TV shows, he has a badass kitchen, it doesn't look like there's a pasta stain on that fucking stove over there. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that Cody isn't going through some really bad hardships and he's trying to figure out his own way.
Oh, it's been like one of the hardest 4 years of my life since I like since I left home. No, well, people
okay.
see,
Well,
you know, what was that?
Can we get into that? But I just want to like because I'm trying to see. Here's what I see. I'm a special education teacher as a day job. That's my day job. I'm a special ed teacher. So the worst thing I hate is for somebody to say, "Oh, this parent should have taught this kid this," and my first thing is like, "Well, this parent, or you don't know what this parent is going through with this kid."
100%.
So, like that always makes me upset. Like, you don't know what's going on. We see the student here as a student. We don't see him as a child, as a daughter, as a son. We see them as a student, and they're here for 8 hours. Yes, we see them for a long time, but then they go home. You don't see the fact that they have to get fed, that they have to get showered, that they have to go to bed, that they have to do this. So you have no idea what this parent has to go through. So for you to judge that, it's out of your realm. So in your case, we have no idea what Cody is going through. You have no idea what Worm is going through.
I have no
So I
idea he's even
understand.
fucking here.
Hey, did someone say my name, dude? I just
Yeah.
heard George speak. That's it, dude.
Sorry, I am
Cody,
going up, but I think you've touched on a topic where I feel really strong about. Like, we have no idea what anybody's going through. We can only try to help them through it, or
Yes.
help each other through it, and that's it.
Yes. And the my thing with that is like all who I'm about and what I've learned from life, you know, and everything that I say is with a grain of salt, and it's my grain of salt. It's always like, this is what I know. I'm never saying anything to the point of concrete. Laws of physics, you know, have changed since I was a fucking kid. Like, I don't know anything. Like, you see me talk shit in competitions because that's when I go in go mode and everything is a win and it's full confidence. But in the grand scheme of things, you know, I see myself low in vibrational frequency. You know what I mean? And I think that largely there's less societal interest in people the more we get into the more technologically advanced that we get, the less societal interest that we have. And although people just suck sometimes, and that's just a fact, you know, it's easier to suck now because people's problems have to do with people that are represented on a phone, you know, a supercomputer they have in their pocket. People rarely think of people as actual people because we spend less time with them. But outside of that, my whole point with stuff like that is I think that I like to propose the option. It's never that I learned this and you can too. It's more so that my option of people, or my option that I give myself that I always like to give people is like when people are like, no, what if it doesn't work, or it's not working because of this? I'm always like, well, what if it did? And that's the biggest part of it. It's never that, like, because I don't think I'm talented. I don't think I'm gifted. I think there's certain things that I've been fortunate in life. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like I didn't grow up in like some of the worst parts in the world. You know, like, although I was homeless at parts, it was in a place that was, you know, developed society. You know, like I struggled, but it wasn't as bad as a lot of people struggle. But it's still, at the end of the day, for me, always will be, you know, the what if you could. And that's not mean. Some people hate hearing that because they're like, no, mine's different. And I'm like, I'm hearing that your shit's different. And I want you to feel heard, and I'm sorry, but what if it could change? Wouldn't that be important? Wouldn't you want to hear that?
And I think we think in the same way, where the fact we're like, hey, if I took this risk, Worm and I started this podcast, we took this risk. We're putting ourselves out here. Like, hopefully it's helping somebody at some point. Maybe it's not, but at least, you know, we're doing that. So like you going on this competition, or anybody like going out for a job somewhere, like everything's a risk. And I'll say this, that quote, and Cody, it'll be cool if you know this one. Life's a risk, carnal. I fucked it up. Life is a risk, carnal.
Are you drunk, bro?
I fuck with that. Life's a risk, carnal.
This ain't no pinche card game, ese. Hey, life's a risk, carnal.
And then fucking hindsight is for.
But yeah, you know, life's a risk, and you're only gonna get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah, and my thing is that I have two compounding factors in life, and one is something that's more recent, but it's like I've always done it, but I've never said it out loud. And then one has been my philosophy of life ever since I was younger. And it's the first one, the most important one for me is anything that you do more than once, you should try and get better at. Anything that you have the chance to do again, do better. Because it's like we all have to fucking be here. If it's a simulation or not, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? It's like we all have to be here every single day, whether it's, like the steps that it takes, to get your keys out of your pocket to get into your house, or if it's what you do for work. Why wouldn't you try to get better at anything that you get the chance to do again? Like that's my thing with life. Like it's like an undying need in me. And sometimes for sure, like you're like, I'm uninterested in doing anything and I just want to drink and smoke and just like not do a damn thing. But largely I feel like
too.
That guy, everybody.
Dude, I think
try to
this
develop
episode,
tolerance as much as possible. So
these episodes were supposed to be about where you came from, how did you get on the show, and all this. But I love this more. This is more in depth of what really matters and how we believe.
No. See here. Look here. Eye contact, real quick. No, you can't put me on unless you give me a directive. You gotta tell me.
I love
asking
this.
me questions because I have an undying need in my brain to understand mechanics, and I will just go on tangent to tangent to tangent. So keep me on track.
No, I love this because Worm and I made a decision. Like, it's fun to know your childhood and how you. Well, sometimes your childhood does like give us a good perspective, but usually it becomes like, oh, we're here, we're at Hell's Kitchen, and this is what it was, and so we kill like 45 minutes of just, listening to a typical childhood. But this conversation alone already has intrigued me more than anything else that we probably could. I had planned in my notebook that I never even took out.
Love that. Still caught
shit.
it. I ricocheted off the beer.
Hold on the fort.
what's up?
Hi.
Hey, I'm still here. All right.
No, whatever, dude. Oh, now you're down to talk?
Hey, Cody, you're in Denver, right?
I'm in Aspen, bro.
You're in Aspen? Oh shit. Well, either way, that's can I go visit you? I've never been to
Yeah, man.
Colorado at all. Anywhere in Colorado.
Yeah,
You've never been
super fucking super pretty.
Oh shit. All right, let's get back into it.
All
What
right.
are we talking about?
Well, before
That
we
Georgia
go
one-
back to talking,
You're
let's do the drinking game before we get too swasty face. And then we'll talk about more stuff if we want to talk about more stuff after that. But let's
Bring
do
it on.
the game. Cody, are you ready for a drinking game? The name of the game is called Match Mary Lou.
What if this kind of rocks your friendship? Ooh.
Exactly. We need to be tested. It's the only way to know. He better get at least 4 of my things right, or I'm coming for that ass. What's up?
All right, I'm gonna lean back for this one.
Hell yeah.
All right, 2H2Fers, we're going to take a pause here right before the drinking game. Things are definitely going to go downhill. More towards mostly me takes a turn for the worse. And I wasn't even part of the drinking game. I was the host. Oh well. We're going to learn more about Cody in Thursday's episode. But for now, thank you for joining us, going too hard, too fast with us. Thank you to Cody for going too hard, too fast with us. We'll see you guys Thursday. Worm, what are you going to say?
Hell yeah.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, dare to be you, dare to be weird. Bye.
Hell yeah.